Hi guys, welcome back. So basically in the last video, as you might remember, couldn't fix the light, couldn't find the wiring. Turns out it was a very simple and easy fix. Asked around a few people and got told by someone who actually works for Vauxhall that there is two brown wires. All it is a connector and they're going to one. That connector, in fact, if I can just have a look around, it might be kicking around somewhere. Can't see it to hand. But anyway, basically it's just a connector with a brown wire, two brown wires coming in, turns it into one, and it's like that. Because it's covered with this black casing, I couldn't actually see nothing. So, like the person who works in there told me, go strip it down, you find two brown wires. So, we've got two brown wires there, and two brown wires there. So now what we're going to go ahead and do, is we are going to have to add an extra piece from here to there, obviously to make it as long with the wire as well. It's going to be very, very short. What we're going to do is we're going to solder these ones. And I've got another helper along with me just to help, so I can just quickly do it fast. All we're going to be using is a soldering iron and some solder, which they're very cheap, so this hasn't really cost us anything. This I had lying around, this I went out and bought, and it was 98 pence. So everything's very, very cheap. So I'm going to plug this in, heat it up, solder the wires so it's got a proper connection. We're not going to put the electrician's tape on yet or anything like that, or even the plastic casket over the top. All we're going to do is just solder them once. Get two pieces for these, add these on, put the wires on, and I'll show you that the headlight actually works. So if we go ahead and do that, I'll just quickly plug this on and put that there. And like always, as I say, if you're working with electrics, always disconnect the battery. The battery terminal, I took it off again, so nothing's touching it. This is starting to heat up. I'm only keeping it like that, and I can feel the heat starting to come off it, so it is starting to heat up. I'm just going to put this down on a piece of metal here. Move the clip out of the way, as we don't need that one no more. So I'm going to go around to the side so my helper can come here, and he can hold the cable just while I put the solder on. So what we'll do is we'll open these connections up, and as you remember from the last video, we did just fasten them all together. So we'll open them up as they are getting a bit messy now, and it is as simple as that. We didn't tie them back properly, if you remember. So that's all of the wires opened up. That's definitely heated up. If we go ahead and we hold the correct colours with each other, so if I can just get my helper to grab, first we'll start with the yellow, so we'll send the yellow to the outside. If we just tangle them a little bit, so that connection's already gone through, and then we'll just seal it up with the solder. So bend these down out of the way so we don't. So if you could please just hold them there, and then we'll grab the soldering iron. Okay guys, for some reason this isn't actually doing it. Okay. It's not doing it because it's not on. So, if you're looking at doing a rebuild project and you're going to solder something, step one, make sure it's on. We're thinking, why is it not melting? I don't know where I felt the heat from then. I can feel it now, definitely. I don't know where I could feel it in the first place. Anyway, we'll just give that a few seconds to heat up, and we'll just test it by putting a bit of solder actually on it. And it is definitely on. So we'll just need to give it a few seconds. But anyway, that's what we're going to do. As we've twisted that one, if I put this down, may as well just twist a few more while it quickly heats up. If you grab that 1 second, please. So next one will be the black and black. Not going to do too many, as they will get in the way and it'll just get hard and annoying. So we'll just twist this once again together like that. And then push it there. That should be heated up now. If we just grab some solder and just double check if it's actually heated up. Oh, it is starting to heat up. Touch it with my hand, you can see. It's starting to heat up. Probably just needs a few more seconds. Just want to quickly check that the camera's alright in the correct position. You guys can see it properly, yep. So, one by one we'll do all the cables. We're making sure they match. Yellow, black. There's only what, 1, 2, 3. 3 more long ones, and then obviously the 2 short ones, which we're going to get another wire, cut it, strip them out, put 2 joins on. They may not be the brown wire, they may be a different colour, but we know what we're doing, we know which joint to put it to. We're going to solder it onto this end, but we're not going to solder it onto that, we're just going to touch it and then put the battery terminal back on and check if we've got it connected to the right one, because 2 brown ones could be 2 completely different brown ones on there. I'm no professional, so I don't know much about the coding of wires. This is starting to heat up. It is starting to melt it a little bit. Yep, that's perfect. So if you just want to grab them 2, please. And round 2. And if you twist that round a bit, just so we can get it all the way around. Yep, I'm happy with that solder. So, obviously the solder's dry quite fast. If we just quickly touch it, that's gone dry already. So if we now just gently get that one, I'll pull some more out. And we'll just keep on going to the next one. And then if we twist and just the other side, just doing both sides just to be on the safe side that we've not left any open connections. You'd rather be safe than sorry. So that's that one done. Safety first. Now we know this is hot, I'll just give that to my helper to hold. And we'll move the light a little bit this way, so well, the light doesn't want to move, so there's nothing we can do there. Right, so now we move up. We've already done the black one, sorry. What we'll do next then is the black and white. So one side's black, one side's white, and there it is. And all we've got to do is just grab it, twist it, so it's nice and tight, straighten the cable out, and I'll just give it to my helper and he can do it this time. Yep, and twist. Yep, that's fine. So, I'm not sure if the camera can capture that better, but that's what the third solder's gone like. So obviously we're not going to let them touch anyway, but they dry almost instantly. It's not like one of those type of things that takes forever. Anyway, white to white now. And the cables, they are pretty obvious, like just a spot on that. You'd think it'd be a bit hard, it's actually not. It's quite simple, and it is my first time actually doing soldering electrics together and that, and I find it quite easy, so I don't see why it shouldn't be easy for anyone else that gives it a shot out there. Just make sure you're soldering the right ones, as obviously you'll have to strip the wires back, etc. Just more unwanted headache. So if I hold that there and just put a bit more solder on. And then we flip it round. That's perfect. We just put a little bit more there just to be on the safe side. Yep, so that's that one done. Let the smoke clear a little bit. There's only 2 more long ones left. We'll go for the black and the green first. So again, just twisting them. We're not going too hard that the twists snap the connections, just nice and easy. And we'll go again. And twist, just that tiny amount there. And that's that done. So the last one, well, third from last, shall we say. We come to this one, and this is the grey and red. We just quickly twist them. And then put a solder onto them. And guys, if you are soldering anything at all, whether it's car wires or not, please make sure you're safe. And if you can't do it by a one-hand task, get yourself some help. You don't want to end up burning yourself, as all I was doing is holding the wires and I can feel the heat off that, so just a little safety tip there. So anyway guys, those are done. 2 brown wires. 2 brown wires. We need to now put 2 joints. So what we're going to do is turn the soldering iron off, so that's not going to burn us. It's not in our way. We'll just take the plug out and we'll just pop it down on the concrete. So now, if we can just get some electric cable from there. Yep, and use a cutter down there to just snip it. So we've got our piece, guys. Proper electrician's cable. It is very, very thick. So we're not going to twist it, we're just going to actually heat weld it straight away, just on the safe side. We need to cut down here now to open this cable up. So, do you want to cut it down? I'm just going to go back on that side, guys, just to give them a little bit of assistance. Move the cameras back a bit so you can actually see a bit more. I'm not knocking it every time I'm trying to get out of there. And I'll zoom it in a little bit for you guys. There we are, that's perfect. So we're just going to quickly strip the wire, which my helper's doing. It is off camera, he's just doing it quickly. We're using a Stanley knife just to cut it open. Get the 2 wires from inside out. One is brown and one I believe is yellow. One is blue, sorry. Made a little mistake there. That's blue, so there's a brown and a blue one we're going to use. The other one, it doesn't actually have the rubber around it, so we're not going to go use that one at all. We're just going to solder the 2 ends on the actual headlight, which are just here. I'll move the camera a little bit closer, that might actually help. And if I move the headlight in a bit. Yep, so we're going to solder these 2 parts here to the bottom 2 parts, which are here. And, well, actually, we're just going to solder that, connect it to that, turn the headlight on. If the light comes on, we know to go. Then we can go ahead and solder the bottom part tape it all off with electrician's tape, put a bit of casing over the top, and well, it's a winner then. So I'm just going to give my helper a little hand here. Not enough. Just slip that in there, slip that in there. So guys, do you want to get the white strippers on? So guys, this is the piece that came out with the rubber casing. We took the rubber casing off. Ideally we could use 2 pieces of brown, but this is how we're going to do it anyway, because this is all we've got to hand. We don't have much cable anyway. We're not going to use this one, you can see. It's got no rubber casing, just a wire, so we'll throw that out the way. These 2 wires, let's get them stripped. Only a little bit stripped. You ready? I'm going to do less than this one. And see on the side, but this side we'll just strip out there. So guys, 2 ends stripped, 2 ends stripped. Let's get them soldered onto there. If we can plug the solder back in, I'll go back around here. So we're going to plug the solder in quickly. Obviously it takes a few seconds for itself to heat up. I'm happy with the connections on this light, in fact. They are actually really good connections, and they're not going to go anywhere anytime soon. Straighten these wires up. So the solder iron's on. This wire is obviously a lot thicker than the other ones, I'm sure you can see in the cameras. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the other cable just to wrap around it, and we'll just solder onto this actual cable. Hoping that it works, because the electrics on here have been an absolutely nightmare. So if we do it like this, we just open that one up there, straighten that connection up. So what we do is separating the cable so we can actually wrap it around there perfectly, so it locks this other one in. And soldering iron should be hot by now, and it is. We've just had a little test off the camera. See if we can just bend that. Can we grab the pliers? I'm just going to try and bend this one, turn it into a loop. Yep, so we managed to turn that one into a kind of a loop type of thing, because so we need to open this one back up. Yep, so we can get solder put onto that. And then twist it round. We'll just put a solder 360 around this one, because the cable is a lot thicker than what I was thinking originally. put a bit more on there just to be on the safe side. Yep, I think that should be alright. We'll just turn this one into a bit of a U-junction as well. So we've just done this one a little bit different, so it's easier to solder. We've done it into like a little circle shape. We'll wrap the cable around it and hopefully see, the solder isn't too bad on that. We'll let it dry and we will put a little bit more solder onto it. But if we just solder this one around there. We'll just put enough solder so it covers the hole up. And then if we just twist the cable around this side, put it on top of the thing so it doesn't touch the other one. Yep, that's that one done. So now we're going to just touch them and see if the headlight turns on. We'll turn the solder off quickly. Actually, we'll leave it on, but we'll just put it down out of the way so we don't actually injure ourselves. If I just cross the camera here, we'll just put it up there. If you want to jump into the car, don't turn the ignition on, because the battery's not connected. I'm going to join those two wires up first, and then we turn the ignition on, but I'll connect the battery up first. Just to make sure the headlight's working. So guys, I'll put the headlight there, and I'll just check is it actually in the view of the camera. So what I'll do is I'll put the headlight there so you guys can see if it comes on or not. And I'm just going to touch the cables down here. And hopefully the lights will turn on. Just get the cables, they're a bit messed up, so I'm just trying to unclear them, guys. Just bear with me one moment. So that's them now, they're all touching. I need to separate them from each other, in fact, so we don't have more issues. So now none of the cables are touching each other. We just rest them there. None of the cables are touching each other, they're all on there. What we're going to head and do is put the battery on. That's the battery, made a little noise because it's got quite a good current in there. If you want to just turn the ignition and the lights on, please. So guys, you can see this light hasn't actually came on. Is it plugged in? Definitely plugged in correctly. Light hasn't came on. Oh, we had something there, guys. So there is something. Are any of our joints touching each other? Because the lights definitely did come on. None of the connections are touching each other now. They weren't anyway, so I'm not quite sure why that's done that. If we just try and see the switch is all okay. Plug it back in. That's still got the no avail. If I put the light there so you guys can see it. Does it help when the brown cables touch each other? Nope. If we switch the brown cables around, does that help? Nope. So we're going to do something I wasn't wanting to do. We're going to try and put these on without the actual joint. I'm not sure if the camera can see. I'll just twist the camera a little bit this way so you guys can see it. I'm just going to cut slightly above there, but we're going to take the battery off. So the battery is now off. We're just going to get the cutter and just cut a little bit above here. And take the new solder ones off. Throw them away. Wire strippers. Oh, that's just slipped completely out. Right, I'm just going to quickly move the camera a bit this way so I can get in, and we're just going to snip the cable properly. I don't want to put too much pressure because I don't want to start losing a lot of the cable, as we're already down by quite a lot. So all we're doing is simply just stretching it until the stretch breaks the rubber casing, and as you can see it is coming off. That's that one done. That's how much we need quite a bit. Just get the cables to the top. Hopefully it is just this and not one of the solders, otherwise we'll have to go back and remove the solder, which is a bit more stressful. Right, so that's both of them done. The other side we're already happy with it. We're just going to quickly put these around each other but not tight. Just like that, just so they've got a light connection. And fingers crossed the light will turn on. So the ignition is off already. Batteries have been disconnected. We're going to put the battery back in and then turn the ignition on. So now the battery is on and the ignition can now come on, so we can find out if the headlights are going to work. So this headlight still hasn't came on, you can see there. The other one has, this one hasn't. Oh, it has now. Oh no, it hasn't, sorry, I'm looking at the other one, reflection. Right, so this light's still not come on. They are all soldered. Okay, I say they're all soldered. One of the solders just broke. So we'll just touch that cable and find out, is it that one that's stopping it from coming on and up? Right guys, what we're going to have to do is take all the solders back off again, join the cable up and try and fix it without the solder and see if it works. Then we'll solder it again at the end. So we'll turn the ignition off. We're going to do that. We're going to do this, disconnect this quickly, and then we'll come back and hopefully see what happens from there. Anyway guys, sorry this video has been such a letdown. I wasn't expecting this to happen myself. But anyway, if you do like the rebuild and you are following it, don't forget, like, share and definitely subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon and you'll know when I'm uploading more. The videos are going to get a lot better as soon as we fix this electrical issue, which is a big thing. In the UK, the car will not pass its MOT test without this. I'm sure a lot of my followers are from the UK, but if you're from somewhere abroad, you won't know that. That's why I've just mentioned that quickly. But don't forget, please like, share and subscribe guys. I'm going to get the solder, get the light working, and I'll come back in the next video. Thank you.